Good day, colleagues. We're going to do a presentation on payload and listener, which we are going to use social engineering toolkit. With social engineering toolkit, you can use it to create an executable payload and a listener. There are a number of tools that are embedded in the social engineering toolkit. So for us, we're going to focus on the payload and the listener, which we can use to hack into the victim's machine. On this scenario, we've got a Cal Linux machine, which is the listening machine, and on the right side here, on the right panel, we have a Windows machine, which is the victim's machine. So the social engineering toolkit, we use Metasploit to create an executable file that can do a number of defined malicious actions to a Windows machine. So the listener is used to monitor or control the activities of the executable or executions that can be done on the Windows machine here named Mufaro. So I'm going to use the Cal Linux to attack the Windows machine. I can use the command prompt to load social engineering toolkit, or I can use the graphical user interface here, where I choose social engineering toolkit and click social engineering. So I'll choose number one, which is social engineering attacks. There are a number of things that we can do social engineering, which is penetration testing, third-party modules, update the social help and credits. But on these menus on social engineering penetration, there are a number of tools that are embedded in this social engineering toolkit. So one can actually use it. Can actually use these different types of tools that are embedded into the social engineering toolkit. So for us, we are going to use payload and listener creator. So I'll choose number one, which is social engineering, and then after this, I will choose create a payload and the listener, which is number four. And then there are a number of listeners or payload that we can use using number of preloaded loaded script that are here. There's Windows Shell Reverse TCP and Windows Shell Reverse TCP interpreter and send back there to attacker. There's Windows Reverse TCP, DLL, and back to attacker. So for me, I'm going to use option number two. Option number 2, okay. So I need to check the IP address for my machine. IP. So my machine, my IP address is 172.12.87. So I will write the IP address here. 172.168.22.12.87. And then the default port for listening is port 443. So I'm now generating the payload, and the Cal Linux is telling me to be patient. Okay, do you want to start the payload now? Yes, we want to start the payload because we want to listen to the Windows machine. Okay, so now is loading the Metasploit framework, which will be used to create the payload in the listener. So still processing. The payload has been created, and the TCP handler is initiated on 172.12 on IP address 172.22.12.87 and on port 443. So as you can see, exploit running as background, job 0, there's nothing that is there. And then from here I can see that my interpreter session is started, and also the port 443 and the extension session is equal to false. So let me check where my payload has been created and it has been placed. So let me go to cd root set Yeah, the payload has been created, which is payload.x. So what we need to do now is to find ways of sending this payload to the Windows machine, of which with this one as an attacker I can use phishing attack. But for this demonstration, I'm going to just to send this application, this payload to the Windows machine physically or manually. So I've managed to send this payload to the Windows machine. So as a way of duping the victim's owner or the owner of the victim's machine, you can just rename. I've renamed the payload to setup.x so that the user will be tempted to install this setup. The moment he will or she install this setup, a Metapreter session will be executed on the Kali Linux machine. So let me run it here. Yes, as you can see here on the left side here, a Metapreter session has been initiated. Metapreter session opened. So let me go back to my Kali. Here the Metapreter session is opened. So I can type session. It's sessions, not session. Let me wait for it to finish. Okay, session. Here is the Metapreter session. So I'm going to do 1 or 2, 3 demonstration on how I'm going to manipulate the Windows machine. So I can start with the screenshot. The moment I can take screenshot of this Windows machine. Let me check if it is. Was it saved? Let me check the path it was saved. Is user share set? Okay. Let me open it using the command prompt. It's a cd user share set. Yes. Here's the screenshot. Where is it? KPMV. Yeah, it's here. KPRVMPB JPEG. So can I try to open? Let me try to open it using the graphical user index so that we can actually see it. Where is the user share? For the purpose of this demonstration, let me go ahead with the other actions or other activities that I can do with this Metapreter session. I can check the sys information. Okay, let me go back. Let me minimize this command. Sysinfo. Okay, sysinfo is saying this. Okay, so let me go back again. GIR. From this I can see the files that are on the Windows machine. So let me check here. I think on the Windows machine to see if we can see these files. Downloads, desktop, MP3, MP4. Oh no, it's desktop. If there is an MP3 folder, there is also setup. Wait, yeah, setup.x. This one. And also I can do keystroke scan. Keystroke scan start with this command. I'm initiating the keystroke sniffer to capture everything that will be happening on the Windows machine. So let me try to do something on this machine. Faro University. Okay. So let me check if I can do something here. This demonstration. Big data analytics. Presentation. Our lecturer is engineer Shonio. So let me go back here and see if I've managed to capture this. So I will say key scan dump. Okay. So as you can see here, the keystrokes were captured on the Cal Linux machine. Mufaro work Chino University. This demo, blah 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 presentation. Our lecturer is Shonio. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this payload and listener demonstration.